Hello and welcome to Sloths Love to Read. This is Carrie Ann. Today we have a very special story written by Angela Vlachos Ruth called Dina and the Doll with the Roller Skates. This is a wonderful story and I hope that you will enjoy this beautifully written and very special story. Dedication. I dedicate this book to my mother. She loved to roller skate every day of her childhood, but she never had a doll of her own. When I was a child, she loved to watch me play with my dolls. I wondered why she would be so interested in my playtime. Now I know. She was watching her daughter live her own childhood dream, playing with dolls of her very own. My mother first recited the poem that inspired this book in 1930 at her Greek school. One afternoon when she was 100 years old, as we made cookies in her kitchen, she recited the poem by heart as she shaped the dough. Neither one of us knew it, but that day my mother inspired me to write this book. Dina and the Doll with the Roller Skates, written by Angela Vlachos Ruth. Dina. No one could say she was shy because she was daring, especially on her roller skates. But little Dina was careful, always careful not to hurt anyone and never to ask for things she knew she could not have. Dina was not the biggest or the smartest kid, but she was a great kid with a big heart and a dare to dream. This is her story. Dina was the youngest in a big Greek family that was led by Dina's mother, Angelina. She had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Angelina worked hard at the metal factory, but when she came home, she always had time to teach a different game, song, or share steps to a Greek circle dance, or hasapiko. With all this happiness and fun going on in their house, it would be hard to believe that Angelina's children did not have a lot of toys. In fact, the only toy that Dina had was a pair of roller skates that were passed down to her when her older sisters outgrew them. Skating was Dina's favorite way to play, zooming up and down the sidewalks and going as fast as she could. The roller skates. Dina's skates took her to the Acropolis toy store on Main Street nearly every day. The owner, Mr. Paulos, often saw Dina make a complete stop at the window display of dolls. One day, Dina shouted through the window, "I love that doll with the roller skates!" But that's all Dina ever said about her love for the doll. I cannot hurt my mother's feelings by telling her that I want something that she cannot afford to give me, Dina thought to herself. No, I would never do that. Dina's secret wish was to have a doll of her own, especially the one with the roller skates. When she went to church, Dina always prayed for her family, all the children of the world, and for that doll with the roller skates, that she would find a perfect home. Dina called her Kuklitsa, which means dolly in Greek. After church on Sundays, Dina played with her friend Caroline and her dolls at Friar Samson's house. When it was time to go home, Dina tucked the dolls into their doll bed. "I had a really fun time, Caroline," she would say, "and thank you for letting me play with your beautiful dolls." These were Dina's polite words, and she meant them with all her heart. During the week, Dina skated all the way to the Plateau school. It was a Greek school, and Mrs. Paulos, Her teacher knew how much Dina loved dolls because Dina drew them on her notebook and on her worksheets. Dina would tell her friends, "I had a dream last night that when I woke up, I had my own little doll to hug and kiss good morning, and I would call her Kuklitsa." Mrs. Paulos heard these things, and she kept them in her heart. The Plato School Spring Poetry Fair happened every year, and it was time to start planning. Mrs. Paulos assigned every student a special chosen Greek poem to read out loud to an audience. She gave Dina the longest poem because she knew Dina spoke Greek at home and could handle all the words. It had the title, Kuklitsa Mao Agapavnieni. It was about a little girl and the dolly she loved. Just as Mrs. Paulos was assigning the poem to Dina, the teacher had a second thought. This poem might make her sad because she doesn't have her very own doll. Then Mrs. Paulos had another idea and said to herself, "This poem can create magic." Mrs. Paulos' husband owned the toy store. Mr. and Mrs. Paulos shared a meze at their house on Pegasus Street. A meze is a Greek word for a light meal. As they sat at the table, Mrs. Paulos asked, "How were things at the toy store today, George?" George smiled and said, "Today I sold some toy cars, boats, trains, and a few dolls." A big smile crossed his face. "Speaking of dolls," he continued, "there's a little girl with long brown hair who roller skates over to the store nearly every day to look at the doll with the roller skates. She is such a nice girl." His wife's eyes lit up as she said, "George, I know that little girl. Her name is Dina Argyris, and she is one of my students. Dina's dad passed away last year. You have probably seen her mom, Angelina, at church." "Maybe I can just give her the doll," George blurted out, but then he frowned. "No, I can't. If the children find out that I'm giving away toys, it would be a disaster. If I give to one, I will have to give to them all. And then, my dear Katina, we would go broke." "Ah," Katina said, "but I have a good idea. All you have to do is donate one toy every year." George and Katina made a plan. They called Father Samson, the principal at Plato's school, and when he heard the plan, he cried out, "Telios," which is a Greek word that means perfect. Then he added, "This is a very exciting plan, but let's keep it a secret." At home, Dina put her skates away and practiced her poem every day after school. Angelina listened intently and thought to herself, "Isn't life magical? I practiced that same poem for my mother when I was a little girl." All the while, Dina imagined what it would be like to have a doll of her own, especially when she came to the Greek words of the poem that mean, "Were you crying, my little doll, slanted in the box, just as a child would cry while looking for their mother?" The day of the poetry fair arrived, and the children were dressed in their Sunday best. Dina was wearing a pink hand-me-down dress that Angelina had ironed so crisply that it looked brand new. The students stepped onto the stage to recite their poems about brave Greek soldiers, St. Basil the Great, the yummy Greek cookies, When it was Dinah's turn to recite her poem, she looked at the audience. There were so many people she felt a little faint and out of breath. Then she spotted her mother sitting in the audience and suddenly found her breath. Dinah, you cannot disappoint your mother, she told herself. Dinah took a big, deep breath. She summoned up her courage from the bottom of her feet to the top of her head. Her voice was strong as she recited the Greek words for the beginning of the poem. My darling doll, tell me so I can make you happy. How did you get by, you poor thing, all by yourself for so long? The words of the poem came alive as she spoke to that doll of her dreams. Soon she forgot about being nervous. Dinah came to the last line of the poem. Now that I have you with me, let me hold you in my arms and give you 1,002 kisses. It was over. Everyone applauded, and then Dinah's eyes met her mother's loving eyes. Dinah thought to herself, I made my mom so proud. Oh, yes, I did. After all the children finished, Mrs. Paulos came on stage to congratulate all participants with a gold certificate. A boy named Gus smiled when he picked up his certificate. Then Mrs. Paulos announced, Plato School is starting a new yearly poetry award to reward one student at our poetry fair who displays the most exceptional hard work and excellence. The student receiving the award today memorized the longest poem and recited it with such expression. Father Samson, the Acropolis toy store, and all the teachers decided that this student has earned Plato School's first poetry award, and it goes to... She paused and looked at the audience. Then it happened. Dina Argyris, would you please return to the stage to accept this award? When Dinah met her teacher on the stage, Mrs. Paulos presented her with a big pink box with a beautiful bow. Dinah wondered what could be in such a lovely pink box. Then she saw the doll with the roller skates in the box, and she gasped with joy. Oh, Father Samson, how did you know that this is the doll that I have loved every day? This is the doll I prayed would find a good home. This doll has found the best home, Dinah, answered Father Samson. At her Greek church, Dinah thought about how poems can be prayers. She stopped at the icon of Mary and the baby Jesus. Thank you very much for my kuklitsa, young Dinah said in a quiet prayer. To her new doll, Kuklitsa, she said, if you believe with all your heart, sometimes heaven will send kind and thoughtful people to answer your prayers. Then Dinah thought she had heard Kuklitsa say, Yes, Dinah, that is why I have you, and you have me. And here is the full poem that Dinah spoke at the poetry contest, called My Darling Doll. My darling dolly, tell me so I can make you happy. How you got by, you poor thing, all by yourself for so long. Were you crying, my little doll, slanted in the box, just as a child would cry while looking for their mother? Now that I have you with me, let me hold you in my arms and give you 1,002 kisses. And here is a very special page at the end. Children like Dina in our world. There are children in the world today who are like Dina before she received her doll. Just like Dina's story, sometimes there are people sent by heaven to answer children's prayers. It happened again. A kind woman heard that Syrian children who were living in refugee camps in northern Greece had nothing to play with, no dolls or stuffed animals to cherish, because their families had to leave their homes quickly to stay safe. There was no time to pack the toys. The organization that is helping is called Dolls of Hope. Perhaps you will join me in supporting Dolls of Hope by going to their website at dollsofhope.org. I hope that you can be of help to children that need toys and dolls as well. You can talk to your mom or dad or an adult of your choosing about the Dolls of Hope project, and maybe you can look it up online and see how you can donate or how you can help children who need toys and dolls. Thank you so much for listening, and that has been Dina and the Doll with the Roller Skates. Oh, what a wonderful story this has been today. Dina and the Doll with the Roller Skates by Vlachos Ruth. I hope that you have learned something very special today about this beautiful story. You can find this book on Amazon.com. And thank you so much for listening in today. Bye-bye for now, everyone.